Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Today is posting day and I'm so excited. Here's the deal. Today I'm going to answer your question. It's a question I always get. My cat is in the way all the time. So the question I'm answering today is, what books should I get starting out with voice lessons or with singing in general? So I'm just going to tell you. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Alyssa, and I own a blog called singinggirlsguide.com. I also own and manage Vincent Vocal Studios, and I have been a voice teacher for over 6 years, and I love it to death. So I'm going to just tell you what I know. This is the first book I have people get. A version of this book. Let me make that very clear. This is the volume 2. I always have them get a version of volume 1. This happens to be medium high. They have low, they have high, they have all the things. Okay? I love this brand, Folk Songs for Solo Singers. This is a very good starting out kind of book. And here's why. It has relatively easy songs, okay, for someone who's starting out with singing, and it is very easy to teach technique with these songs while not overwhelming my students. So this is just a base book that I love to get because it's easy to teach technique, it's easy to teach, it's easy to learn. I love it, love it, love it. So Folk Songs for Solo Singers, a version of volume 1. I could only find my volume 2. I'm sorry. But I always have them get a version of this. I love it. You can find them on Amazon. I'll try to leave links below for all these things. The second one is up to them, okay? If it's a teen girl who's into musical theater, this is the book I have her get. The Teens Musical Theater Collection, Young Women's Edition. This is has a circle, it's purple. They also have a Young Men's Edition that's blue. It says Young Men's right here. Looks exactly the same, but it's blue. I have them get this book if they're into musical theater, which most of my students actually are. They're usually teenagers who are into musical theater and all that stuff. So I have them get a musical theater book. This is a good one for teenagers and like tweens, younger people. Has lots of really fun songs and they're a little bit simplified, so it's really nice. And there's also some harder ones in here that for when they're a little older. Excuse me. If they aren't into musical theater, I have them get a book by one of their favorite singers. I have a student who loves Kelly Clarkson, so I had her get a Kelly Clarkson book. Just kind of depends on the student. So I call this the fun book, and this is the technique book. Hand in hand. I usually have them doing 3 songs at a time. We kind of switch through them all. I like to have at least 1 technical song and 2 fun ones, just to kind of even out the playing field, so they don't get overwhelmed. The next thing I have new students do is get flashcards. Unless they've had extensive music training, like they've been taking lessons for years and years, I usually have them get flashcards. This helps them so much. The more they know about music, the easier learning music is going to be. Makes sense. This particular brand is my favorite. You can also find it on Amazon. Love it. I'll leave it linked below. I love it, and it helps my students learn quicker because they understand, oh, that's a fermata. I know what that means, right? They don't have to ask questions as much, which questions are fine, but it moves along the process of learning songs easier. I usually go through them with them, right? I'll have the easy side first. I'll say, okay, this is a G. This is how we find it on the staff. And then I send them home with just a little stack. I don't have them do like the whole stack. No. I just have them do a little stack so that they can learn over time instead of all at once. Again, we don't want to overwhelm, or else they're not going to want to come. So I have them learn their notes. I have them learn different types of dynamics, mezzo forte, things like that, to start out for my new students that have never been in music. For my more college-age students who are more advanced, who sing arias or things in different languages, especially arias, I have them get this book. This is called Concone 30. This is Opus 11. 30-day exercises for the high voice. They have it for low voice. They have all different kinds of these warm-up books. I always just suggest a warm-up book so they can sit down and do them. And if for specific songs, let's say they have a really long run in one of their songs, I'll have them do a run warm-up, right? And I'll mark them down, and this one really can help with that. So those are the books that I usually have people get starting out. I mean, I have a million books because I'm a voice teacher, but also because I love music. And that is just for starting out. If my student is just starting with me, that's the first thing I do. I get them a folk song book, and then I get them a fun book. Well, they get it themselves, but I have them get them, and then we just go. Once they grow out of those books, there are a bunch of other ones that they can get. I usually actually have them choose what they want to do. If they end up loving the folk songs or I call them more classical songs, then I have them get like an aria book or something like that. There's a series called the first songs for solo singers kind of thing. It's a really good brand. I can link it down below, but these are just the questions that we're getting is starting out. So these are just the base books. As you go, obviously, you kind of level up. You get harder and harder books as you go, and that is fine. So if you guys will have more questions about what books to get, maybe after you're done with these books, just let me know down below. But for now, that's all I have for you. I hope this was informative, and I hope this helped you out. If you guys have any questions about voice or about really anything, just let me know. Again, singinggirlsguide.com, go check it out. I have new posts every week. I hope you guys have a great week. Just let me know if you have any questions. I love answering your questions.